Good morning, everybody. So, 2 nights ago, we stayed at Uncle Johnny's. There's been a couple of videos from there. 10 out of 10 recommend. That was so much fun. It ended up being some of the best trail magic that we have had so far. A lot of local people that we got to meet and a lot of other hikers we got to hang out with, which was fun. And then we stayed there that night. Yesterday we decided to hike in just 4 miles to the next shelter. Originally we were going to do like 17 that day, but we decided to just do the 4 because Nathan's Achilles was giving him some trouble, so we figured we should probably just split that day in 2. So yesterday we started hiking up. We ended up staying at the shelter, met some cool people, and hung out with some cool people that we already knew up there. Had a good night. We ended up bringing like a little picnic dinner for ourselves since we didn't have to go far. Brought like a half of a pie in a plastic baggie. We'll see if we can throw some photos up from that. But it ended up being really good, actually.
But yeah, so that 4 miles with a inflamed Achilles did not go as well as we hoped. We hoped doing 6 miles into Irwin, which was a pretty easy downhill, and then doing 4 miles today would give it a little bit more of a rest, or yesterday, it would give it a little bit more of a rest to keep it from getting worse, but it was not happy, especially with the uphill that we did in that 4 miles. So,
and we had more uphill coming the next day.
So we kind of had to think through what was our best course of action, because our goal isn't to just push to get to Hampton, where we were going to stay next in like 5 days, or Damascus, where we were going to be in like 9 days, 8-9 days. It's to get to Maine, and so we need to make sure that we take care of that, which is a hard decision. So called my aunt in South Carolina. She's going to come up, pick us up. That's going to save us a ton of money on hostel expenses and all that stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah, so thank you.
It's a huge blessing for us to be able to do that.
So we're going to go spend time with her, rest up my ankle, and give it at least an extra day beyond what it feels like it needs, just to make sure that it doesn't start bothering me again, because once it starts getting inflamed, especially with what we're doing, it's only going to get worse, and I don't want it to continue to get worse, because that's a quick way to have to get off the trail, and that's not really what we're shooting for. So we're hoping take a couple days now will prevent us from permanently having to get off in the future, but we'll see.
For those of you who do end up hiking or maybe hiking now, just know decisions like that are hard because you don't want to get off trail. We want to stay on trail. We don't want to lose our legs or lose our mileage or lose the friends that we're hiking with right now. But if we, like Nathan has already mentioned, like if you want to be on trail and our goal is Maine, then you got to take care of your body. And it's definitely different than if we were just doing a 3-day backpacking trip. You got to think kind of long term in that too. So, it'll be nice to have the time where it'll be good. We'll hopefully catch some people as we head back on trail later, but we're just going to take it one day at a time. We'll maybe try and keep you guys updated on our thinking and things too as we take that time off and what we plan to do about it.
Yep. Hello. So just an update.
We're not on the AT right now.
Shocker. This looks very different than the AT. There are also alligators here, so that's fun. But anyway, we're in South Carolina with my aunt. So I was dealing with some pretty intense Achilles pain, which you probably saw from
our previous
video. This video, depending on how we split it. But anyway, so we decided to get off for a short period of time. Being here with my aunt has definitely made things a lot easier. First of all, we got to hang out with her. Haven't got to see her in quite a while, so that's fun.
Family time is always cherished, so we've loved that.
Yeah, it's been hard not to be on the trail, but I think it was the correct decision for sure. So my Achilles is feeling a lot better. Today we are testing out with a little bit of weight. Both of us got our backpacks, not full weight, but just kind of seeing how it works to figure out if our intended like return time for the AT is correct, or if we need to take a little bit extra.
Yeah, and it's also good just to have a little bit, because we've had 3 days of not really walking too much. So we walked a little bit yesterday, like 2 miles on just around like a neighborhood kind of road, and then this is a little bit more trail-like. So
it's unpaved,
it's
but
good.
Not a lot of inclines, so can't really test that out too much. But it at least gives us a little bit of a feeling of how my new shoes are going to work out, and then how our bodies are going to hold up. So as long as we don't get eaten by an alligator, so far things are not too bad. We'll see. So.
All right, so this is where we just came from. We just did that 3 to 4 miles today. We are at Curly Maple Gap. I wanted to show you guys our campsite because it's actually kind of cool. So at Curly Maple Gap, they have this old foundation for a house, which is really cool. We considered staying in there, but it's literally right off the trail. Like the trail goes right past here and then over to there. So in order to get just a little bit more privacy and just to be off trail just a little bit and have our own area, we actually came back over to this side. It's just, I'm assuming maybe it used to be a road or something like that, but you can see Nathan over there. We have this little pathway out here. There's a couple of good camping sites, or at least okay camping sites and trails off to the sides. But back here we have kind of our own little spot that I thought I'd show you. We're all set up for the night. It was a little different setting up today because we weren't quite as tired as we normally are, but there are quite a few spots that, and it just like keeps going back there too. So this is where we are set up for the night. I don't know if we've ever shown you guys inside our tent before, but this is where we're at tonight, and we got our own little spot over here too.